High atop the mountain of flowers and fruit, a magic stone sat for thousands of years, soaking up the pure energy of heaven and earth. One day, it cracked open. It did not birth a man. It birthed a monkey. But this was no ordinary animal. His stone eyes flashed with golden light that shot all the way to the Jade Palace, startling the Emperor of Heaven himself. He was wild. He was fearless. He jumped through a massive waterfall to find a cave paradise, and the other monkeys bowed down and named him their king. But Sun Wukong was not happy. He saw a monkey die of old age, and for the first time, he felt fear. He decided then and there, I will not die. I will live forever. He traveled the world to learn magic. He learned to cloud surf and shapeshift into 72 different forms. But a king needs a weapon. He marched to the Dragon King's palace at the bottom of the ocean. He didn't want a sword. He walked to a massive iron pillar that held the ocean steady. It weighed 17,000 pounds. Wukong simply whispered, "Smaller." The pillar shrank into a fighting staff. He took it, and the entire ocean shook. The Jade Emperor in heaven was nervous. This monkey was becoming too powerful. So he invited Wukong to heaven to give him a job, thinking it would keep him quiet. Wukong arrived, excited to be a god. But what job did they give him? The protector of horses, a stable boy. When Wukong found out he was just a glorified zookeeper, he snapped. He smashed the heavenly stables, beat up the guards, and flew back to Earth. He raised a massive flag on his mountain that read, "The Great Sage equal to heaven." He wasn't asking for respect anymore. He was demanding it. Heaven tried again to appease him. They gave him a better title, Guardian of the Peach Garden. These were sacred peaches. One bite gave you 3,000 years of life. Wukong was told specifically not to eat them. So he ate them all. Every single one. Now, he was drunk on immortality. He crashed the Queen Mother's royal banquet, drank all the heavenly wine, and stole Laozi's pills of longevity, eating them like jelly beans. The Jade Emperor had enough. He ordered the entire army of heaven to kill the monkey. 100,000 celestial soldiers descended. The god of thunder, the god of fire, Erlang Shen, with his third eye. They all fought him, but Wukong was unstoppable. He plucked hairs from his body and blew on them, turning them into thousands of clones. He grew to the size of a giant. He laughed as their swords broke against his stone skin. Finally, through a trap, they captured him, but they couldn't execute him. His body was too hard, so they threw him into the 8-trigram furnace to burn him to ash. He stayed in there for 49 days, but when they opened the lid, he didn't die. The fire had just tempered him like steel and given him golden vision. He jumped out, angrier than ever. The Jade Emperor had no choice. He called the Buddha. The Buddha didn't fight. He simply held out his hand and made a bet. "If you can jump out of my palm," the Buddha said, "you can be the Emperor of Heaven." Wukong laughed. "I can travel 108,000 miles in a single somersault." He leaped. He flew to the very edge of the universe. He saw 5 pink pillars holding up the sky. To prove he was there, he wrote his name on one of the pillars. Then, triumphant, he flew back. He returned and bragged, "I went to the end of the world." The Buddha smiled and said, "Look down." Wukong looked. On the Buddha's middle finger was the writing. He had never left the Buddha's hand. The Buddha flipped his palm over, turning his fingers into the 5 elements mountain, crushing the Monkey King down to earth. There he stayed, trapped under the stone for 500 years, waiting for a monk named Tripitaka to set him free. But that is a story for another time.